Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I am of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on the other channel I'm involved with my friend John, Tabletop Drones Productions, where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. So today I'm going to be painting a lance of battlemechs in the colors of House Liao. Now when I looked it up on the Camel Specs website, it was pretty basic. It just said light green, excuse me, light green. So pretty much that's what it's going to be, light green, and then I'm going to, of course, add in gunmetal on the weapons and on the cockpit window, and, of course, what I usually do with the bases. All right, so what we got here is the grasshopper, the thunderbolt. Now, as you can see, this one's metal. This one I got while I was still able to order from Iron Winds Metal. Here is the urban mech. And last but not least, make sure I'm holding it right, the blackjack. It's from when they were first putting them out, because as you can see from the base. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing this in the colors of House Liao. Temperatures are still cold outside, so I won't be filming me priming. I will do it off camera, and then when I come back, it's going to be starting of the base coat. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and all that primer is dry on these battlemechs. I was looking through my colors. I don't actually have a light green, but it is going to be green. So I chose olive green. Figure why the heck not, all right? So let's start with the base coat on these battlemechs, and let's just get to it. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I thought I had a lighter green color, but I was mistaken. Alright, let me pick a good brush. Okay. Alright, and as always when I do these battlemechs, I do it assembly line method. Just take one color and go through them all. Well, you know what? This color is going on a bit lighter than the other green colors I have, so I guess I chose wisely without even realizing it. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be painting these in the colors of House Liao. And don't really know much about, the houses of Battletech. I probably should read up on them. Especially when I'm doing especially when we're playing the game. So it'd be kind of good to know the lore of it. I mean, one of the things I do know, which, I guess doesn't really matter too much for this purpose, but when I play the game, the computer game I got for Battletech, it was called Battletech Tactics, one of the houses in there is House Liao. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had my dinner a while ago. My voice is a little dry. My throat's a little dry, and my voice is a little dry. So, yeah, from that game, basically, like I've mentioned it before, it's like you're in charge of a mercenary company, and you can travel from system to system, well, more like planet to planet, because it's like for each star, there's only one planet you can actually go to. So yeah, so you go from planet to planet. You look up mercenary contracts that you have available to you. You can go through the basically go through the missions. Those contracts. Just try to fulfill them. To gain money, to keep your mercenary company going. And I do enjoy it. I know that they got House Steiner in there as well. They also got House Davion, House Marek. think each of those I've actually done a lance for. I'm pretty sure I did one for House Liao, although I don't remember too. I don't really remember too much. Okay. Yeah, so this one was Thunderbolt, which was, like I said, I got that from back when I was able to purchase battlemechs off of Iron Wind Metals. Yeah. So while I was holding that one and painting, the thing I was concentrating on the most was not dropping it. Because it hasn't happened yet while I've been doing these videos, but one of my biggest concerns is if I drop something and then it breaks and then I got to repair it. Because then it's like, okay, in such a situation, what do I do? Do I do it on camera or do I do it off camera? Excuse me, off camera. Because sometimes, well, not sometimes, I mean, basically when you have to fix them because they've fallen apart, it's basically, the longest part sometimes is waiting for that glue to dry and all the pieces to bond together. Sometimes it happens fast, sometimes it does not. I do have a strong epoxy glue that I use on these minis, something I had found on Amazon a while back called Star Bond. I've been using that pretty exclusively. I remember when I first started putting these minis together, long before I started doing this channel, I think the first glue I was using was Crazy Glue. And it would work to a point, and then it wouldn't. And then it always got frustrating. And then for a while there, I was trying Gorilla Glue. And Gorilla Glue is nice, but here's the problem with Gorilla Glue. It foams up. So a lot of times, I would put the pieces together, and I'd go back, and then I'd have to remove the foam that kind of seeped out of all the, out of in between all the pieces, which became very annoying and frustrating. So that, when that was happening way too much, I stopped using it. And don't remember what I used after that. I think I did try one more after that. There was one that I had gotten. Don't remember the name of it, but it was one where it's like you had the two components of the epoxy glue and you had to mix them together. And it came with like a whole bunch of like little cups to mix them in and brushes, which would last like one use and then they were useless. Yeah, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of that one that I was using. And I used that for a little while. And then it just got to be where, it was just, it just wasn't practical. And, yeah, so then I did a search, I think, on Amazon for, like, epoxy glue, and so a Star Bond, and it had 3 different strengths. I chose the medium, and it's been working out pretty well so far. In fact, the only time I had a problem was when I put it in the tray that I have all my paints in. I had it on its side, which was a big mistake, because when I had it on its side, glue leaked out, and I had to pretty much pry the jars of paint that were now stuck to the bottom of the tray, because I have like a toolbox that I use pretty much as like my hobby box to to hold all my paints. Yeah, an old toolbox I had bought years ago that I wasn't really using for tools, so I decided to use for this, and it works out good. I mean, I'm able to put everything I need in there. I mean, I haven't had a problem with it holding all the paints that I have. I mean, maybe one day in the future I might need to upgrade to something else, but I don't really need to do that right now. which is good because I really don't have the money to upgrade anything beyond what I'm using anyway. And I do have a very strong philosophy for myself, is to make do with what I have. I mean, if I can get something, if I can do it, I'll do it. If I can't, make do with what I have. I mean, I've had different opinions on that. Some people agree with me, others do not. But I don't argue, because I see no sense in doing it. There's no sense in arguing about that, because one has to live with it. Alright, so yeah, that is it for the green, the base coat. And it actually went on lighter than I thought it would. I don't think I've used olive green for anything else Battletech related. Oh, it was too much. Alright, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, went on pretty good. Base coat is done. It's just got to dry now. So I'm going to let that paint dry. When we come back, I'm going to do, because like, you know, for this faction, everything's pretty basic. So when we come back, I'm going to paint black around the base. I'm going to use gunmetal on all the weapons and the cockpit window. So stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and all the green on that on those battlemechs have dried. Have dried. Dried. I don't know. So just gonna get started with the little details, which is not going to be much. All right. So okay. Start off with the gunmetal. Okay. Let's get a good brush here. I guess as good as any. Okay. All right. All right. So when me and John get back into the into the swing of things with the getting videos ready and posted for the channel that we do together, I'm gonna try to bring this game out quite a bit more. Actually, in one of the books that I have for this game, I have there's like a good plotted out plan for a campaign, which is pretty interesting. It's like you basically choose, I forget, I think it's up to 12 mechs. So, I mean, well, it'll be interesting in the aspect of that. I don't know if I have that many mechs to go with for a faction just yet, but, you know, we'll improvise. Maybe combine a few of them. But anyway, so yeah, it's like, you know, so it's like you start off with a specific mission, you know, just a template for one, and then basically it's like the instructions are: if the attacker wins, you go to this one, you know, you go to this scenario. If the defender wins, you go to this scenario, and then eventually, you know, as you go through it, you'll get to an ending. So yeah, it's something I brought up to him. It's something that we're going to try one day. I don't know when, but we will try it eventually. I mean, I wish that the two of us can, well, actually no, I shouldn't say what I'm about to say. I was going to say I wish we can record more content and get more videos out, but I mean, our schedules have gotten to the point where we can possibly meet more. And, you know, we're going to basically make an effort to get more stuff out, because I know we've been lax on that, and I do apologize. And we're looking to pick things up because we really want to start building the channels to the point where it's what we want to, you know, we want to build them up to the point where when we think about what we're doing for a living, it's going to be these channels. So we're kind of like really motivated to get to that point. All right, I think that's all the weapons on this. I got the cockpit window, which was very, very tiny. So anyway, you know, I'm going to be moving to put more videos out. I've also started expanding our presence on social media. So, you know, look for us on, you know, we are on Facebook. We have been on Facebook for quite some time. We even have a group called Tabletop Jones. It was originally supposed to be the beginning of a local gaming society. But, you know, the place that we were going to meet, because it wasn't going to be here, you know, where I live, it was going to be at a place called Comic Book Jones. But unfortunately, the place closed down. And then we kind of abandoned the idea for a while. And then when we decided to do YouTube channels, we were trying to think of a name, and I was like, why don't we just keep that name? We've already got a Facebook page on it. So then we just kept the name. And you know, we've been, you know, we do have a number of games that that we have footage for that we haven't released, not yet at least. So hopefully that'll be coming out. It might even be coming out. Well, I don't know. I might be overstating it, but you know, when it starts coming out, it might start coming out in like rapid succession, because we do have a lot of footage that we've taken, and you know, when John has time from his job in order to do it, he'll get it done. All right, so I just did all the weapons and the cockpit window. So now I'm going to put the black around the base. I think I know we did the Marvel Crisis Protocol game. As a matter of fact, I was on this channel. I was kind of teasing the Mutants versus Sentinels scenario that I had thought up of, and that is actually what we did. But you know, I don't think it ever made it to the channel, so that one will be coming out. I know we did BattleTech. That one will be coming out. We did a game called this was one that John brought out, Batman the Bat Who Laughs. It's a pretty cool game, and so yeah, I know we have that one eventually coming out. We did we played this Tetris board game. Well, I say board game, it's more like, you know, you have like these things that set up like remember the old Connect 4 game where you slide the pieces in. And I know we did that, but we decided to kind of, you know, spruce it up a bit, and we were telling dad jokes from from a book of them. You know, we each had a book of dad jokes, and we were reading them. Sometimes we wound up coming across the same joke, which was kind of comical. So yeah, there's that coming out, and just to put out fair warning, there's going to be times where we put up a video on the YouTube channel, Tabletop Jones Productions, and it's going to be kind of like part of a larger video that will be on Patreon, because we are still trying to build that up as well. Wow, this went quicker than I thought it would. I don't know why I didn't think it would go this quick, because there aren't really any other details to do. Okay, so we're going to let that paint dry. I'm going to get the labels ready to do, you know, like I'll do what I always do. I'll put, you know, I'll save one to do on camera. And then once the labels are on, I do the base. Probably going to do it in sand, like the desert type setting. And then the wash, and then it's all finished. All right, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm giving that paint some time to dry. And like I said, on 3 of them, I put the labels on, but I saved one to do on camera. All right, so let's get to it. Oh, let's get the thing on here first. And now let's get to it. Okay. So, I'm sure I've mentioned how I do this. I have a label maker. So, I put it, excuse me, on the smallest print available. And then I take a scissor and I cut them down to size, because otherwise it would, you know, the way they are normally, would not fit on these bases. Alright, so see, put it on nice and... Now I will say this, for the Urban Mech, I found that I actually misspelled it, but I didn't want to do the label over, so I left it. Yeah, instead of an N, I mistakenly hit M, so it's Urban Mech. So it'll be a nice little joke when the time comes. All right, so let's get the base of these done. So let's do it like terrain. So put some glue down, spread the glue. Now, of course, for this brush, I can only use it for this now, because once the glue is on here, the brush is pretty much, you know, ruined for paint. All right, do all that. All right, and a nice sandy base. Yeah, so when I put this lance together, I put together a nice little mismatch. A little bit of everything that I have. You know, I have the, you know, the metal. I have one of the old ones that Catalyst Labs had done, and actually this one I got to put a little bit more. Yeah, one of the old ones that Catalyst Labs had done, and I got 2 of the newer ones. So, nice little mismatch of battlemechs. Okay. All right. Well, before I grab the brush, let's get the glue on. And I have to say, I think the so far at least, the sand is staying better than the last time I used it. I'm not sure why, but I am glad that it's staying better. Oops. Yeah. All right. Now, last one, and then we go to the wash. I think all I need is one glob of it on here. for this one, being that the base is so much smaller than the others. All right. There we go. All right, so oh, dang it, I keep doing that. Keep pulling the edges off of these. All right, so let's close that up. And all that's left now is the wash. All right, so let's just jump right into that. Okay. Yeah, I think I've explained before with the wash. It's like a thinned out black. I know there's other types, there's other colors, but this is the one that I generally use. And it seeps, it goes basically into and it settles into all the little crevices and just makes the mech stand out better. Oh, jeez. Okay, it's going in nicely. I know sometimes it's hard to see, especially with these, with some of these colors. I know something doesn't always immediately show up on with the green. I do try to post pictures of all the ones that I've done to kind of show, exactly, how the finished product looks. I'm trying to work on getting better lighting. Unfortunately, at the moment, I really can't invest in better lighting. It's just not possible at the moment. I'm going to have to basically look to see what I got around the house and utilize that. But definitely, I mean, I always have the comments turned on, so if you are having trouble seeing some of this stuff that I do, please put a comment in there. I will always try to read and respond. Although there was one that I got kind of confused with. There's like 2 comments. One said first, one said second. I had no idea what they meant. All right. Okay. So let's get them ready for display. There they are. Grasshopper, Thunderbolt, Urban Mech, and Blackjack, all ready to deploy for House Liao. Okay, so that's what I have for today. That's all I got. And please like, subscribe, and share this video as much as possible. Please check out Tabletop Jones Productions, where John and I are the 2 idiots playing board games. Please like and subscribe and share those videos as much as possible. Also, we'd like to try to reach as many people as possible, try to hopefully entertain, and in some cases, just hope that you can join in on the fun. We'll always have the comments open. You could always try to send us messages. We will respond as soon as we see them, and and also you can check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. We're trying to get as big a social media presence as we can to try to reach more people. So, excuse me. So please, just check us all out and give us as much support as you can. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day and take care of yourself.